60 years ago I sailed my first Lambay race, and in those days it was a bit different in that the Lambay Race was part of a 3-day regatta here in Howth at August Bank Holiday. There weren't the same sort of championships that competed with the Lambay in those days, and it was really the sailing event of the year on the East Coast. It's unique because it's the only race that takes place round an island, because we in fact really have the only island that's suitable to race around near Dublin Bay. And every boat that could float between here and Wicklow, Skerries or wherever, they would all turn up here. And in the days before we had the marina, the only place that the boats could moor was alongside the fishing boats, and they just crowded alongside, rafted up in rows. And of course the crack was great because we were all pushed together, and it was very difficult to get a night's sleep if you were staying on board in those days because the bar was very near and it stayed open a bit later than it did today.
Well, I come back year after year because of the interest in the race. There's the Lambay Island itself, of course, which is smack in the middle of the course. It makes it different every single year. You go round it either way. There's little tidal gates and back eddies. There's wind effects. Do I go in to take the shortest route, or do I go out to stay in the wind, and how far do I go out? You can get, let's say, a westerly to start with, because we start around lunchtime or before lunch, and then you can get a calm patch, and then you can get a sea breeze coming in from the east. So it really makes it quite interesting when that happens.
I suppose the trickiest part is the back of the island where the race restarts. So you need to start the race, get to the weather mark in sort of good shape in the first bunch, and then get to the island. Then you get around the back of the island. You're worried about the lee of the island. That's a dodgy bit where you can lose places or gain places.